it's Mrs. Cantrell with my crazy hair. Yep, I've been outside and the wind has blown it everywhere. But I have the next part of Goat in the Garden for you. And remember, Mandy returned Houdini, or kind of Houdini led her home. And the lady didn't seem very happy about Mandy being there. So let's see what happens next. The only clue we have is on the top of chapter 2. There is a picture of, looks like some cups of hot tea. Let's see what happens. All Mandy's bright confidence slipped away. She'd expected a thank you and a wave. But the look on the woman's face was pure dismay. She clutched the top of her scruffy jacket, pulling the collar close to her face. On her hands she wore black fingerless gloves. The elbows on her jacket were worn clean through, and her corduroy trousers had holes at the knees. Bits of string held things together around her waist. She was a mess, Mandy decided. What's more, she didn't welcome visitors to High Cross. Sorry. Mandy half smiled and backed away. I didn't mean to make you jump. She was wondering how a goat as bright and comical as Houdini could possibly have such a strange owner. The woman just stared, bucket at her feet, with the icy water of the stream splashing against her rubber boots. The goat nudged her, half toppling her. We found Houdini in the garden of the hall, Mandy stumbled on. I brought him home for you. The woman stared and nodded. It was as close as she could get to saying thank you, so Mandy shuffled backward, ready to depart. But Houdini caught her eye. As always, her love of anything to do with animals rose to the surface. Why is he called Houdini? She blurted out, and it was as if a dam had burst. The smile came back on the woman's face, and the words poured out, "Ha ha! It's because he's always escaping from impossible situations. Like Houdini, the great magician, in the old days. He was always escaping from chains. I tether that goat, I chain him, I lock him up in his pen, I mend all the holes in the wall, but nothing stops Houdini. I tempt him with the best meadow hay from the top meadow. I feed him the best greens, but nothing suffices this fellow, does it, boy?" The goat put his head up haughtily and laughed. The woman laughed back. Yes, he's a devil for escaping, is Houdini. So it's what we talked about, right? That Houdini was a famous magician, and this Houdini can escape from impossible situations. Mandy's own awkwardness melted in this shared admiration for the goat. He's beautiful, she said, even if he is frisky. The woman laughed richly. Frisky? He's a stubborn, wild old thing. He jumps everything I put up to keep him in, chews everything I use to tie him up. She scratched her head and sighed. Of course, it's a problem, she admitted. Mandy felt brave enough to come forward and pat Houdini. Really, the woman was quite friendly after all, if you managed to get on the right side of her. She might look odd with her boyish haircut and her rummage sale clothes, but she knew how to treat her goat. What's a problem? Mandy asked. The fencing. She gestured toward the broken down stone walls and makeshift wire fences. I try my best, but bad fences make bad neighbors pretty quickly, as they say. Mandy remembered Mr. Western and nodded. Do you live here all by yourself? She asked. Isn't there anyone to rebuild the walls? They were crumbling into jumbled piles of stones, easy for a goat to jump. Just me, the woman said. Mandy looked again. Why did she live alone? Was she a widow? She must be about 50, though the clothes and the roughly cut gray hair made it difficult to tell. Just me. And the goats, of course, she added. Mandy's eyes lit up. You have other goats? She asked. Then she remembered her manners. Oh, by the way, I'm Mandy Hope. I'm the vet's daughter from Welford, from Animal Ark. So we're going to end it there today, friends. Mandy's met the owner of Houdini and seen her farm, and now we're going to find out, do they become friends, or is this just one chance acquaintance and no more? We'll find out next time.